Most people approach their desires the same way. They think about what they want, they work toward it, they hope for it, and then they wait. They wait for evidence, they wait for a sign, they wait for something in the outside world to confirm that it's coming. And while they wait, they keep feeling the absence of the thing they want. They keep rehearsing the gap between where they are and where they want to be. It feels responsible. It feels realistic. But Neville Goddard would say it is the very reason nothing changes. Neville Goddard's answer to this was a principle he called living in the end. The idea is exactly what it sounds like, and far more radical than most people realize. He taught that your imagination is not a tool for wishing. It is the very substance from which your reality is formed. And if that's true, then the state you occupy in imagination is not separate from your future. It is your future, already in motion. The instruction, then, is not to visualize what you want from a distance. It is to assume you already have it, fully, sensorially, emotionally, and to live from that assumption as your present reality. Neville drew this directly from Scripture, though not in any conventional sense. He read the verse, "Call things that are not as though they were," not as poetic encouragement, but as a precise psychological instruction. He pointed to the statement, "It is done," in the book of Revelation, and taught that the tense itself was the lesson. The end is already accomplished. Your only task is to catch up to it in consciousness. Here is how Neville explained the mechanics. He taught that the subconscious mind, which he called the deeper self, does not reason. It does not evaluate whether something is true yet. It simply accepts what is impressed upon it and externalizes it. So when you persistently feel the state of the wish fulfilled, when you embody it in imagination until it has the sensory vividness of lived experience, the deeper mind accepts it as fact and begins to reorganize your outer world to match. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. He wasn't speaking abstractly. He meant, take on the feeling now, and then watch how life begins to bend toward it. Neville often told the story of a woman who desperately wanted to be married. She had done everything externally, put herself out there, tried, waited. Nothing. Neville's instruction to her was not to try harder. It was to sleep in the center of her bed instead of one side, to put two pillows out, to act in her immediate physical environment as though the husband were already present. The outer adjustment was meant to reinforce the inner assumption. And it worked. Not because of superstition, but because the consistent act of assuming the end closed the psychological gap between desire and reality. She stopped broadcasting absence and started inhabiting presence. Here is what you can do tonight. When you lie down before sleep, Neville called this the hypnagogic state, the threshold between waking and sleeping. Bring your desire to mind. But do not picture it as something you want. Picture it as something that has already happened. Construct a short, simple scene that would naturally follow if your desire were already fulfilled. If it is financial freedom, see yourself sitting across from a friend, telling them simply, "I finally did it." Feel their congratulations. Feel your own ease. If it is a relationship, feel the warmth of that person beside you. Hear a phrase they might say. Keep the scene brief, vivid, and rooted in feeling. Repeat it until it has the texture of memory rather than fantasy. Then let it go and sleep. Do not monitor the outer world the next morning for results. That is the old habit. Checking for evidence, managing the gap. Neville taught that the moment you live in the end, the outer world begins its work. Your job is simply to maintain the assumption, not to force it, not to explain it, just to return to that state each night and inhabit it like it is already true. Because in the world Neville taught, it is. The one assumption that changes everything is not complicated. It is the assumption that it is already done. Begin there.